Okay, so now, I'm hoping by now that you're seeing, you're starting to recognize when to use which inverse trig function, okay? So right now I know that we're going to have an inverse sine, right? So again, and the reason why we're doing the same thing over and over again is because practice. So look, try the other ones. Do problems that involve the other inverse trig functions so that you remember them, okay? Do them until they're coming out of your ears. It makes it extremely easy, okay, to recognize. So again, this is going to be inverse sine. So notice what my A is. My A is 1, and then U is U, right? So it's just U, right? Or if you want to use X, because they do X and A. And obviously dx equals du, right? So there's my du. So it looks like this is an easy one. So this is going to be the integral, so we're evaluating, so this is going to be sine, inverse sine of x. Or u rather, it's in u. Right? That's it. So it has the right form. The leading coefficient, the coefficient here is 1, a is 1. So there's and this is, so there's nothing going on. So we're just going to evaluate this thing from 0 to the square root of 3 over 2. That's all we're going to do. And so now, how do we do this? Well, it's going to be sine inverse of the square root of 3 over 2 minus sine inverse of 0. And again, we ask ourselves, these are angles, right? So we ask ourselves, what angle, the sine of what angle equals the square root of 3 over 2? Well, you should recognize what that is. Okay? Because sine is what? Opposite over hypotenuse, right? Right? So this is going to be a 60-degree angle, right? But again, a 60-degree angle, if you think about radians, is what? Because remember, I'm using the Pythagorean theorem. Sine is positive, right, in the first quadrant. So this is going to be a 60-degree angle. So it's always what? So 1. If we're talking about the unit circle, this is 1, square root of 3 and 2. And so this is going to be pi over 3 minus, obviously this is 0. So it's pi over 3. And we're done. Easy peasy. Okay, now, keep in mind, as you're working on these, that there are 6 inverse trigonometric functions. But however, only 3 integration formulas are noted in the rule that I gave you in the previous video. Okay? And the reason why we only given 3 is because the remaining 3 are negative versions of the ones that we use. Very similar to when we see the relationship between the 6 trigonometric functions, right? So as long as you know these 3, the second 3 will be easier. Okay, so the only difference is whether the integrand is positive or negative. So rather than memorizing 3 more formulas, if the integrand is negative, you simply factor out the -1, and then you evaluate the integral using one of the formulas that we already provided. So you only have to memorize 3. Even though there's 6, you only have to memorize 3 because, again, the other 3 are just negative results. Okay? Okay, that's it. Have a great day.